Hey, what's up, YouTube fans? So what I wanted to talk about in this video, right, is a response that people will oftentimes do when I bring up about how intelligent design, as we observe it, right, relies on brain, sensory organs, arms, and fingers. People will sometimes say, well, before you don't need your arms and fingers to conceive of the idea. You conceive of the idea first without using your arms and fingers. Well, so this is the thing, a few things. So, conceiving of an idea is not the same as actually producing it, right? So, intelligent design advocates for their examples of things that we observe of intelligent design. It won't tend to just be like things that we imagine in our brain or that we dream about. It will be comparing it to like engineering, comparing it to machines that an engineer designs, right? Which is more than just thinking of the idea, it's actually producing it. And in order to produce it, you need your limbs, right? And you need your sensory organs as well, because without your sensory organs, you can't even tell where the objects that you're wanting to manipulate in building a machine, you can't even tell where those objects are without your sensory organs, right? And then this is, furthermore, this what else? So even the part of, even the conceiving part of it, the part of it of conceiving the idea, that part itself requires the brain and typically requires the sensory organs, right? Because so as for the part about the sensory organs, we rely on our sensory organs to know about things like the laws of physics, right? Which designers have to take into account when they build machines. In order to be educated about those things in school, you need your sensory organs. Otherwise, you wouldn't know what the teacher was telling you. And in order for humanity to have learned about those things to begin with, we needed our sensory organs as well, right? And not to mention that also, when we go to school, we become trained in different skills such as mathematics. Again, to be trained in that, it requires your sensory organs. Otherwise, you wouldn't know what the teacher was telling you, right? And our knowledge of things like the laws of physics, right, our more advanced knowledge that we now have, this is part of why we have far greater technology than they had back in the Stone Ages, right? Back in caveman times, they were making stone tools, things like that. Their technology barely compared at all to what we have now, right? And it's not that they were less intelligent, like a few years ago, a few thousand years ago in the Stone Ages, right? But they didn't know as much as we do now. In order to learn about it, they needed their sensory organs. In order to do the experiments, they needed their sensory organs, right? And as for the part about needing your brain, it's demonstrated experimentally, right? The brain's role in cognitive functioning, right? This isn't just like people will say like, oh, you're just assuming that. Well, no, it's not an assumption. It's demonstrated, it's proven factually. We observe it. If you damage a person's brain, it's not like they're just going to have the same cognitive functioning as before. If you severely damage their brain, it does alter their cognitive functioning, right? That's not just an assumption I'm making, it's observed to be the case, right? It's already proven. It's not even like, it's not just like a worldview assumption. We observe this. So I mean, this is same with alcohol and drugs, right? Why do we not allow for people to drive under the influence of alcohol? It impairs cognitive functioning, right? That's not just like an assumption, that's proven to be true, right? And when you take out the brain and when you take out all of these things, you're not actually left with any mechanism that you can explain, right? So you're just appealing to a mysterious thing that you can't explain how it works or demonstrate how it works. And so you're not actually offering an explanation. We all agree, we observe this phenomenon. It has to have some explanation. I agree. We all agree there has to be explanations. No one would disagree with that. But if you're just appealing to a mysterious thing that you don't know how it works, that doesn't explain it, right? So, like, an explanation is we actually demonstrate experimentally that it's a possibility. We actually break down logically, step by step, how it works. The hand waving of like, oh, it just is, it has the ability to do it. That doesn't tell me how, right? So, all right, that's all for now. See you guys.